I'm Clare Josa, and I am a trainer and an author, and I help people to do the inside work so they can get on with changing the world.
How has this change in European rules affected the way you do business?
I have 3 young children, and I balance my business around being a mother. So I used to do a lot of my work helping people change their lives online through entry-level courses, through selling my books. I can't do that anymore because I have to stay outside of these rules. The administrative burden of deciding which of the 81 VAT rates to apply to every single sale is something I knew I couldn't manage. I didn't want to break the law, so I have had to scrap all the products that were affected by this legislation.
How kind of angered were you by having to do that? I mean, you built up this line of work and then you found you couldn't do it. And indeed, you've come out to Brussels because you've ended up becoming a campaigner on this issue. But how has it affected your business and your lifestyle?
Massively. Because of the campaign, we're all volunteers. Most of us actually put our businesses completely on hold for the last 4 months so we can run the campaign. We've all chosen not to get angry, though we have every right to be livid. And instead, we're taking that energy and we're using it positively. We're here to make a difference. We're seeing massive support, but we're also hearing a broken record that all 28 EU member states need to agree. And lots of people don't think that's possible. So we've been bringing people together from across the EU so that each finance minister knows it's a problem in their country too. So we've channeled that anger into positive action and we're seeing a difference already.
In your kind of volunteer work as setting up this campaign, you've obviously come across other companies in a similar situation. How widespread has this problem become? It only all came to light in January when these rules came into force.
Hardly anybody's even heard about the legislation. So what it's done, we estimate there's about 1% awareness across the EU. Those businesses who are aware of this have been devastated. Those who are not aware are trading as usual, but then risking being prosecuted for not complying. So the effects on a business when they understand what the rules mean to them are enormous. We've done research that shows that 62% of micro businesses are taking actions to damage their business to avoid this legislation, such as stopping their digital products or excluding customers from outside of their EU home country. And some of them have stopped trading completely, which is heartbreaking. We know that a few thousand of businesses in the UK alone have already closed their doors this year because they know they can't comply with this legislation. That's mums who are juggling children and work. That's people trying to get off benefits, people juggling carer responsibilities, and possibly even the next Steve Jobs.
You've brought this campaign out to Brussels. Do you get the sense that it might change things? Are you getting a positive response from MEPs?
We're getting a hugely positive response. One of the barriers we've faced is there's a mini one-stop shop, which means you don't have to file a VAT return in each of the 28 member states. Most people have been convinced that that fixed everything and that there wasn't a problem. They haven't understood the issue is as fundamental as we don't know where our customers are, so we cannot apply the right rate of VAT. When people understand that, you see the penny drop, you see the shock. They know they didn't mean this as a consequence of the legislation. They made the assumption micro businesses wouldn't be hit, so they didn't consider the impact on us back in 2008. Now is the time for them to take brave action, an immediate suspension of this legislation for micro businesses while they rework it, while they find solutions. To allow us to keep closing our doors and damaging our businesses and hurting our families is not okay. We found when people understand the impact of the legislation, they're being hugely positive. We need to call on them to be brave and take action.